where I read a bunch of Reddit stories, I give my unsolicited opinion, a little bit of advice, a haha kiki moment. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. So today I'm on the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? The first post is, am I the asshole for not defending my girlfriend? Don't worry. I will determine whether you are or not. Don't you fret. Don't fret, my dear. Getting into it, one of my best friends, Ben, male, 26, and his girlfriend, Claire, 26, invited me, 29, and my girlfriend, 29, for a dinner to meet her for the first time. They asked her where she's from. Ben, Claire, and I live in the capital of the country. Girlfriend lives in a city in a surrounding area 1 hour away. Context, in our country, people from the capital tend to have a prejudice against people who live out of it. Ben and Claire are also originally from a surrounding city, but they live in a fancy area in the capital now. And they were shocked that she lives so far and has to travel by public transport for over an hour to see me. My girlfriend shrugged. Ben and Claire have a roasting kind of humor, and I'm used to it. They roasted me during dinner, and the three of us laughed. My girlfriend didn't. Pause, hold the phone. I would think, pause, hold the phone. Let's kind of break this down really quick. If you are in a relationship with someone, I would think you would know your partner in and out. At least I would hope. Damn near close to it, right? And I would think if these are your best friends, then you would also know them. In and out, you would know them. So I feel as though if he already knew how his friends are, he definitely should have had a pre-conversation before they met the girlfriend to discuss how their behavior should be. Be like, hey, okay, my girlfriend's gonna come over, try to be on your best behavior. Try not to put out any weird jokes. Don't make my girlfriend uncomfortable. Something like that. Something. And yeah, a conversation definitely should have been had before they had even got together. But let's get back into it. Friends are cracking jokes. They laughed. Girlfriend did not laugh. So Ben asked my girlfriend if she had traveled abroad because he didn't want to have a rich kid conversation in front of a poor person. That is so awkward. That is so awkward. Who said want to have, because he asked her if she traveled abroad because he didn't want to have a rich kid conversation in front of a poor person. How does one not hear a statement like that and not be alarmed? Hearing these type of jokes, that makes me question the boyfriend, because I truly believe birds of a feather flock together. So if they be making these jokes, and they're making these type of jokes in front of her, what type of jokes are they making behind her back? I get it. He said in their country, this is normal, but to outright and say that in front of someone, I don't know. I don't know, especially if you care about your girlfriend. I don't know. I really wish he would have said what country he's from. I guess it's normal. I guess that's why he implied that, to say in our country people tend to have a prejudice against people who live out of it. I guess he's just trying to say this is a normal type of conversation, which sucks. Anyways. So I don't want to have a rich kid conversation in front of a poor person. My girlfriend said yes, just one. And Claire said, then you can't sit with us, and laughed. Ben explained that he and Claire traveled abroad many times. At one point, Claire made a comment to my girlfriend about how nice it must be not having to think about what to cook, as she still lives at home with her parents. It's a sore subject for her. My girlfriend said, yeah, weakly, and was pretty quiet throughout the dinner. Again, how do you see that your friends are kind of badgering your girlfriend, basically blatantly telling her that you're poor, this is what we're about, this is what we do, and not feel the need to stick up for her, or not feel the need to be all right, let's cut it out now, it's no longer funny, you see she's uncomfortable, something. Instead, you say nothing. Instead, it's silence, and you're laughing with them. Honestly, that makes me wonder the dynamics of their friendship as well. I don't know. Anyways, getting back into it. Afterwards, I thanked her for coming. Afterwards, I thanked her for coming to meet my friends, and she was quiet. Later on, she said she felt attacked with rude comments under the pretense that it's just joking, and that I should have seen that she was uncomfortable and should have defended her. I know Ben and Claire were not ill-intended, but I feel bad. My girlfriend had a bad time, and I didn't notice. Am I the asshole? Yes, you're the asshole. Yeah, I would be pissed because like, how are you seeing me like shut down around this table and your friends are just badgering me and you're not saying anything? I'm actually curious, like, what was going on in his head? Like, what did he think that? I'm actually seriously curious, like, what he thought the end result was going to be. Like, I'm very curious, like, if he thought like everything went smooth. The fact watching his girlfriend shut down, not saying anything, and then be surprised that she was uncomfortable. Oh Lord. You're the asshole. I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments, but in my mind, he's the asshole. It's okay, still the same subreddit, but the next post is, am I the asshole for getting frustrated with my boyfriend for implying I don't deserve to make the money that I make? Child, bye. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm a 28-year-old woman, and I got really lucky to get the job that I have right now. I studied electrical and computer engineering in college and job hopped 4 times. Each time I switched jobs, I negotiated really hard for pay and benefits. I am making 160 grand right now. Yes, I'm here for it. Working remotely and living in a very low cost of living area. It's a really nice gig, and I recognize I'm extremely lucky to have interests that line up with a super well-paying industry, and super lucky to have been able to go to college at all. But despite that, I feel like I did work to deserve it somewhat. College was super demanding and difficult. My first few jobs had grueling schedules, and I feel like I'm being paid more of the knowledge that I built over time. But still, I have to admit it's pretty cushy. I never worked over 40 hours. My coworkers never contact me about work outside of my 9 to 5. I get paid super good money for it, and I have 2 months vacation time. So on to the conflict. My boyfriend used to work outside the home. He's an IT admin at a large company, but because of the pandemic, his job became partially remote. So we're working out of the same house, and I think he sees how different our jobs and pay are. He makes 65 grand a year and works a lot longer hours. He usually starts his day at 7 or 8 a.m. and works till 6 or 7 p.m. He more often has to work weekends to do IT stuff, and he is on the call for emergencies with his personal phone. And it seems like they're having emergencies every week. Okay, I see where this is going. Homeboy's a hater. He's a hater. I can feel it in my uterus. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Anyways. So since we've been working from home together, he makes comments about it occasionally, like must be nice kind of things. Recently, he's gotten more frustrated with me though. Yesterday, I had a bad headache, so I told my boss that I was going to be away from desk for a while since I wasn't feeling well. I blocked out a 2-hour meeting on my calendar so people wouldn't try and reach out to me, and I took a nap. My boyfriend saw me napping during the week and said, they're really paying you to sleep, huh? I would have cursed his ass smooth the hell out. Anyways, I snapped at him saying that they were paying me for my skills and that I didn't care for the way he had been talking about my job. He said something petty about my skills in napping and shooting the crap on Zoom and how that's definitely worth 6 figures. And I got really irritated and said that just because he was underpaid, it doesn't mean that he could call me overpaid. If he was mad, he should go take that out on his boss and not me. I don't see a problem. He said that I was being ridiculous. He'd be in the shit at work if he did. I said maybe he needs to find a better job if his boss isn't ready to talk money. He called me privileged and out of touch and said that it isn't easy to just go and find a better job. I said if you don't try, you're never going to know. He got irritated and stormed out. Am I the butthole for how I talk to my boyfriend at work? Hell no. Hell no. See, okay. Let me gather my thoughts here. So I went to school for computer engineering. So she said she graduated in 4 years. It took me 5 years. It was hard. It's very challenging. So the way that I see it, that's reparations. What the job that she has landed now, that's reparations. It was her time. And then on top of that, she did the work. So how is her boyfriend her boyfriend is hating at where she's at right now, but he's not taking into account everything that she had to do to get to the place where she's at right now. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. Like, a lot of people are on the outside looking in, seeing people's like livelihoods, you know, and where they're at, but they forget like the work that people had to put in to get to that point. If you recall, in the beginning, she said that she had a gruesome work-life schedule, and she job hopped 4 times. And each time, she basically, it sounds like she gained the skills that she needed to sit there and go to the next job. And she negotiated pay. So homegirl, she's on it. She knows her worth. And if her boyfriend has a problem with where he's at in life, what she said is correct. Find a better job. And see, knowing, because I've been in this situation before where I have said that, where someone has seen where I was at and got mad at me and basically tried to make me feel like I wasn't deserving, or I had it easy. That's what it was. That I had it easy. Basically, everything was handed to me. And it's like, no, I worked hard for this shit. And if this is what you want, then you need to work hard for that shit as well. But that's either here or there. I agree 100%. If you don't like where you're at, find a better job. Fix it. She had to job hop 4 times. I wish she would say more about like her boyfriend, like, and what he has done besides where he's working at now. To me, that's, I don't see this relationship going too far if he doesn't correct his behavior, because it is stemming from a place of jealousy, and I don't see a relationship where someone is jealous of their partner thriving. It really is a fragile male ego. She's making more than him, and on top of that, she doesn't really have to do anything. So of course he's gonna be hating that. Like, if you want that shit, find that for yourself. Or matter of fact, ask your girlfriend how she did it. She may be able to help you. See, that would be a great partnership right there. Sometimes men just need to put their pride aside and ask their woman how they got to where they got to, if the woman is in a better standing. So I'm closing out with this last one. It's still the same subreddit. Am I that butthole? Expose my stepbrother as a liar, which has caused my mom and his dad to fight. She says it's a throwaway for obvious reasons. Let's get into it. So me, 15 female, and my stepbrother, 17 male, have never really got on. My mother married his dad when I was 11, and we just never bonded. My mom often tried to encourage us to bond, but he never tried. His dad acted like he was perfect because he always got better grades than me and was better at sports, had better friends and stuff. He was good to my mom and me, but it was clear that his son was super important to him. And it was annoying how much he did for my stepbrother. She's 15. She's 15. Remember that. She's 15. I'm not going to go in on her too hard because she's 15. But it definitely seems as though there's a lot of jealousy here. It makes me curious, her actual relationship with her actual father, because she seems extremely invested in regards to her stepdad and her stepbrother's relationship. I get it, you're jealous because it seems as though he's better at a lot of things, but it seemed like there was a lot of emphasis on, it was annoying how much he did for my stepbrother, and it shows how, and it was clear that his son was super important to him. Why wouldn't his son be important to him? Which makes me think that maybe her and her actual father don't have a good relationship. So that could also stem to the jealousy that she feels. Getting back into it, well, I found out that he wasn't so perfect. He had been telling our parents that his band practice was being extended by an hour, but I found out that it wasn't true. He had been hanging out with his bandmates and often going home and making out and stuff with one of them who was a guy. What in the Inspector Gadget gone wrong? Wait a minute. So I found out it wasn't true. I found out that it wasn't true. He had been hanging out with his bandmates often and going home and making out and stuff with one of them. Is she following this girl over here peeking in people's windows? Like, how would she know? I'm so curious. I'm so sorry. I wish she would have put a little bit more information. Because, oh my God, is she like peeking in someone's windows? Just, that's so creepy. She's only 15. Jesus. Anyways, I collected all the evidence I could and left it on the table for our parents to find. Shady little girl. It was stuff like pictures of him going out or some screenshots from his friends' stories. Well, they found out and they were mad. They called him down and he got in serious trouble for lying to them. After he was grounded and sent him up to his room, I heard my mom admit to his dad that she knew he had been lying and sneaking off to see someone, but she thought it was a girl and was mad that she felt lied to. This led to an argument between them as he misread it as homophobia rather than her feeling tricked and lied to when she did him a favor by letting it slide. Ooh, the argument got so bad that he sent my mom to sleep in the guest room and then went behind her back and ungrounded his son after they had a talk. I feel so bad now that this has caused a fight between my mom and him. My mom has reassured me that I did the right thing, but I can't stop thinking how it's my fault that she's been kicked out of her bedroom. Did I mess up? Yes. Yes. You messed up. You messed up. You messed up bad. But then again, you know what? I feel bad for saying this, but that may... I feel bad for saying this, but I feel like situations like this definitely kind of strips the veil off of people where you can really see their true nature. So the mom, from what it sounded like, the mom was okay with him sneaking off because she thought it was a girl. But then she felt lied to and was mad at the simple fact that it was a guy. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, she was okay with the thought of him sneaking off to going to see a girl. She was totally okay with that. So that's why she never spoke up on it. But then when she found out it was a boy, now all of a sudden, I feel betrayed. I feel lied to. Why are you really upset here? Are you upset because he was actually sneaking off to see a boy? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and as the dad, yeah, that is kind of stemming like, okay, girl, like, what, you have a problem with my son? Because he happens to like boys? I'll be looking at her sideways too. Yeah, so even though the little Inspector Gadget, even though she's definitely in the wrong here, I feel as though it was a blessing in disguise. Hopefully they can move forward in their relationship. It doesn't, that's all that she says in regards to the dad and the mom. The dad just sent her to go sleep in the guest room. That's weird, because then she goes on to say, my mom has reassured me that I did the right thing. How was that doing the right thing? Like, you knew about it. You knew that he was sneaking off. She did the right thing for exposing the fact that he likes boys. That's what her doing the right thing is. He wasn't ready to come out the closet. Now that I don't like that. I don't like people forcing people to come out of the closet. When they're ready, then that's when they'll be ready. Not on anyone else's terms, but their terms. So I don't like that. So the fact that the mom is like over here giving this little girl a pat on the back, like, you did such a good job. This is great. Because what if the dad really wasn't okay with that? Like, that could have gone super bad. Little girl. Yeah. She messed up. Point blank, period, and the third. She messed up.